Hi, beautiful souls. This is Suchi, and today's topic is one every woman needs to hear because so many of us just confuse, because intense, just confuse this intense connection with real love. We mistake pain for passion, and we mistake trauma bonding for destiny. So let's break this illusion today. Let's talk about the difference between love and trauma bond. So, what does real love feel like? A lot of women think, that love is meant to be dramatic, chaotic, full of highs and lows. But real love, my dear, the healthy kind, is actually very simple. Love feels safe. Your nervous system just relaxes around the person. You don't have to scan his mood. You don't have to, walk on eggshells. You don't have to worry at all. His touch feels safe. And love is consistent, my dear. His words will match his actions. His affection is dependable. He shows up even when it's inconvenient. Love takes accountability. When he hurts you, he knows it. And when he comes to repair the rupture, he does not minimize your pain. He doesn't blame you. He takes responsibility. Love brings peace. You don't feel tense all day. You don't feel confused. You don't feel unbalanced. Real love calms your soul. Once when I was traveling from New Jersey to, where was I going? I think I was going to Trenton from New York. Sorry, yeah. So what happened? I happened to sit beside this old man, and he was married for 45 years. And back then, he asked me if I was married, and I said no. And then he was like, "I'll tell you one way to decide if the guy is for you. How does he behave in anger? And that will sort it." Because a man who loves his woman truly, even in anger, he doesn't hurt her. Makes sense? Do you understand how trauma bond is different from love? Okay, so what does a trauma bond feel like? It does. A trauma bond doesn't feel safe. Remember this very clearly. It feels very addictive. It feels like your nervous system is hooked into the relationship. It feels like a emotional roller coaster. One day he's loving you, the next day he's cold. He is withdrawing intimacy. One moment he's close, the next moment, like I said, he's withdrawing intimacy. Not just intimacy sexually, but even emotionally and physically, mentally. And then it'll feel like confusion. You like, what did I even do? You don't know where you stand. You don't know what version of him you'll get today. It feels like you're always, always, always walking on eggshells. Your whole body tightens around his moods. You keep, adjusting, shrinking, softening just to avoid triggering him. You're always careful around him. And it feels like self blame. You start thinking you caused the fight, you triggered his reaction, you have to fix it. They also try to make you believe that you are the root cause of everything. It feels like hope addiction, I call it. You cling to the good moments to survive the bad ones. You keep telling yourself maybe he will change, and maybe next time will be better. And these kind of, you know um, trauma bonding, I see it a lot in twin flames or soulmates. Y- just because of the tags, you are attached to the person, ignoring the red flags. Okay. So, you know, you must have noticed when he pulls away, it feels like withdrawal. Your stomach drops, your heart races, your body panics. And that's not love, my dear. That's not love. That's trauma. Always ask your body, do I feel safe with this person? Or do I feel anxious and unstable? Your body always tells the truth before your mind does. If your body feels, tight, on guard, fearful, unsettled, or desperate for his affection, remember it's a trauma bond. But if your body feels soft, grounded, safe, open, peaceful, it's real love. Your nervous system is your compass, always, always guides you to the right person. So let's just understand the clearest difference between love and trauma bond. Love grows in stability, while bond, it grows in chaos. So, love deepens slowly, it doesn't happen overnight. But trauma bonding, it intensifies instantly. Love always makes you feel seen, but trauma bonding makes you feel invisible unless you're suffering. Love will always expand your life, whereas trauma bonding will consume your life. So, all of these, theory aside, understand why we confuse the two. What is the root cause? All of us are adults, we should be able to understand. But why the confusion? You know why? Because in our childhood, many of us grew up around emotional inconsistency, unpredictable caregivers. There was punishment mixed with affection, chaos mixed with love. So when we meet a man who gives us affection after hurting us, our nervous system, what does it do? It calls it love. But it's not love, it's familiarity. And familiar pain feels safer than the unfamiliar peace. That is how trauma bonds replicate. Yeah. So I want you to hear the truth right now. A man who loves you, remember this all your life. A man who loves you will protect your heart, will repair what he breaks, will hold your emotions with care. He will stay consistent. He will speak respectfully even in anger. He treats your body with tenderness. He will never punish you emotionally. And remember, love doesn't confuse you, trauma bonding does. Love doesn't frighten you, trauma bonding does. Love doesn't feel like a high, it feels like coming home. If you're listening to this and something inside you feels triggered, please know this. It's not your fault. You're not weak, you're not broken, and you're not asking for too much. You're finally recognizing the difference between real love and emotional survival. And that realization alone, my love, is the beginning of your healing. So, my love, you deserve the kind of love that is calm, consistent, safe, and true. And that begins the moment you stop confusing intensity with intimacy. Reach out to me if you want a one-on-one sessions. You could either DM me on Instagram or send me an email. The details will be in the description. This is Suchi, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay soft, stay powerful, and most importantly, stay you. Until next time, bye bye.